Hey friends, I'm here with Lauren Akins. Listen, we just recorded an excellent episode of the podcast. She was amazing as usual. Her new book, Live and Love, just is coming out. The one thing we didn't get to hit on is Haiti. And you love Haiti.
I love Haiti. It's what started my whole journey with Love One and traveling internationally. It's what led me to Uganda ultimately. Which,
is it really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love Haiti. That was the first really third world country experience. I mean, I hadn't been out of the country, I don't think, maybe like flying over somewhere like on a cruise or something, but not out living, spending the night and doing life out of the US. And it was the most unbelievable, heartbreaking, but joy-filled at the same time, like so many emotions all in one, and then just completely fell in love with the people and Suzanne Marinick's heart for Love One, which at the time was 147 million orphans. But that's what, I mean, it engulfed my heart, and as I'm sure, you feel the same way, but ever since then, it's been my heart and passion is Haiti and Uganda, and it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful in so many ways.
Lauren, I got the worst food poisoning of my life in Haiti. I mean, I don't know what everybody else's chicken was like, but mine was a death chicken. So I think that the people are lovely, but I'm not, yeah.
Okay, well,
chicken, but I love the people. What does Help One do?
So Love One started off as, they started in Haiti doing, partnering with Respray Haiti, which, who did you go with when you were there?
I actually went with Lisa Harper. Do you know Lisa Harper? She's a writer, and she adopted a daughter from there. We went and did a women's conference.
We went over there to work alongside Respray, which is, it's in a town called Gracier.
Uh-huh.
I can't ever say it right, but we went over there to do like a medical clinic, and I had never met Suzanne before, who was the co-founder of 147 Million Orphans at the time. And I went on this trip with her, not knowing a soul. And that's a whole story in and of itself. But when we were coming home from that trip, I just looking back on the whole doing the clinical experience and then going out in the community and meeting some of the families and seeing children and seeing so much of the devastation was unbelievable. But I will never forget looking back on my clinical time there. There was a little boy that I was taking his vitals, and I looked in his eyes, and I cannot explain to you how this happened or why I saw it this way, but I saw my little brother when I looked at him. Wow. And from that moment on, it was like it totally shifted the way that I saw the world, because I was like, what, this isn't my little brother. I know he's in the US right now, but if this was my little brother, what if my brother had been born outside of the US and was in such need? And then I think it just further broke my heart for the people who need so much. And I just remember thinking, I would hope to God that somebody would love my brother well enough to come and help him and serve him in ways that were needed. And so on our way home from that first trip, I was sitting next to Suzanne on the plane, and I remember I looked at her and I was trying to process everything that we had experienced that week. And I looked at her and I said, listen, I want to do this with you all the time. When you book a flight to go on a next trip for 147, book me one too. When you go, I'm going to go. And she was like, wait, what? Are you sure? But it's it's not 5-star hotels. It's not always a glamorous life, and it's expensive, and it's hard traveling sometimes. And Uganda is a lot further, and that's where we're going to go in a few months. And I looked at her and I said, listen, I know this is why I'm here right now. And I know this is my purpose. And she just, like, her face just lit up, and she was like, okay, I'll do it. She goes, well, I'll let you know. We're booking our flights to go to Uganda in a few months. And from then on, it was just like, unless I was pregnant or bringing home a child from Uganda, I went on every trip with her, and still that way today. And it's just been the most incredible journey, so life-giving, but also you learn so much just about the world and about yourself and about the human race. And it's amazing.
Yeah. How do we find their nonprofit? What's the website?
So you can find Love One at loveoneinternational.org.
Okay.
And then also we're on Instagram, Love One INT. But yeah, we're just, a lot of people, I think when we had the name 147 Million Orphans, people thought that we did adoptions. Mm-hmm. And we've obviously both adopted. So people still think that's what we do, but it's not what we do. We actually just provide medical care for severely malnourished children and families, and just kind of come alongside them and help them get back on their feet. But some of the transformations of the children we've been able to care for is miraculous, honestly. And it's such a beautiful thing. It's so much fun, and we have so much fun doing it together, and the people that we get to meet and the families we get to love on. It's a wild ride, but it's so life-giving, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, we'll link to them in the show notes below so people can go check them out. So, thanks for doing this, Lauren. You guys go grab a copy of Live in Love, Lauren's new book. It's good. It's so good.